this conversation going. While I'm doing that, I want y'all to think of all of the things that they tell you that you're not supposed to say. Not just the words, but particular discussions or commentary or types of people you're not supposed to talk about. And we're going to have us a great stream tonight, so give me just about a minute and a half, and we'll be live and ready for action. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. What's the motherfucking deal? I wasn't saying anything, so that wasn't muted. So let's get to it. Let's see what lovely, wonderful people we have. Anything in here? Y'all are going to be a part of my late din. It's all right. It's all good. I hope everybody's doing well. Heidi's here. That's great. The lovely Miss Bell Northside in the building. XYZ. I think I broke it. Anyway, the lovely Miss Guy Garcia is joining us this evening. The lovely Miss Patricia K joining us this evening. Beyond, you over there cooking rice jollof. Shout out to Beyond, the funny nigga. And then they're all dead, Heidi. So, which ones are healthy? Just Echo Golf. And, yeah, I mean, I had to. I just noticed it. This is crazy. Yes. Y'all ever watch Ren and Stimpy? Like, y'all, oh, there we go. Shout out to Dan the man. Dan the motherfucking man with the plan, a.k.a.
Good evening,
Dan
good
Strong,
sir.
a.k.a. Pimpin' Dan. And I appreciate the love. Good evening to you as well, sir. You didn't catch the damn it, what was it? The Tubi Tuesday the other night. There was a character named Pimpin' Dan in the movie. All right. No, I wasn't scratching. Well, my zipper got stuck. Right? It's like I don't know why. So I had to get like real aggressive with it. But see, here's the deal. Let me tell you, you Whataburger folks, something, right? You new Whataburger folks. You missed out. Right? And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. This is actually Dairy Queen. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Right? The Whataburger that you guys are getting now is not Whataburger. It's just a burger. Because ever since they fucking sold to whatever that company was in Chicago, Whataburger has not been the same. I mean, shout out to Strong. You're definitely being strong. I need to be done. I'll be saying this. I'm gonna get it right one day. I'm gonna grow up and get right. But yeah, it's not the same. So it's like that new Whataburger shit fucking sucks. Menu ain't even the same. Quality's not the same. Let's talk about it. How are you doing this evening, ma'am? Yeah, it's like it's some bullshit now. I'm gonna be honest. Like ever since they sold, I have not been getting, and I honestly haven't gone as much. But the quality's just different. It's not what it is. So no. And that's the funny thing, right? I got a channel named Sauce. I don't put sauce on anything. As saucy as I get, it's mustard on my burger. I love seeing the videos. Miss Grace posts of that's your great niece, the little girl. When they come across my timeline, because I imagine that's little Miss Grace. Now, in my mind, for me, that's a little Miss Grace. And it's like I get tickled when I see it. What was it? We was talking about the Easter celebration. Oh my God, are you done? And she kept celebrating. That was fucking funny as shit. All right, so yeah, that's what I imagine. I'm like, it's just to me like part of like the resemblance a little bit, but it's just I don't know. It's a cool little deal. Almost makes you think about wanting to consider possibly having a child. And then I get high and like, hell no, fuck that. But that's his thing. Promises made, promises kept. Keeping these niggas in the racial jungle. Well, we can't say that either. You know what I love? You know what I really, really love? Super funny, right? Maybe a little bit of bashing, a little bit of generalizations for green tea. I know green tea doesn't like the generalizations. They may or may not be in here this evening, but generalization is the only way you can have a sensible conversation. Is that, a couple of weeks ago, Kamala Harris brought a bunch of black women to the White House. Brought a bunch of black women to the White House. You know what she played for them? You would think maybe something classy, some neo soul, maybe some Jill Scott or something, right? Some lady around her age should be possibly listening to. It's not. Yeah, I heard about that. Someone was actually telling me about the Whataburger in Kansas City. I was talking about that a couple of days ago. That's actually what made me kind of think about it. And they were saying when they first opened up, the lines were crazy and that the service was not really that good. But like I said, it's not the same. You know, that one I think Mahomes or somebody bought some and brought some over there. She played Sexy Red. Yeah. Fucking Sexy Red. No, she wasn't at the White House, but she was playing Sexy Red. But here's the funniest thing about it. Sexy Red is like a Trump supporter. Crazy, right? She had a fucking big hat on stage talking about "Make America Sexy Again" with the Trump, like the little Trump hats. But she had also said something about supporting Trump. So that's fucking hilarious to me. Right, like not only you're out of touch, you just really out of there, right? Then time travel Texas, what's the motherfucking deal? Chill out, what's the motherfucking deal? One. How are you doing this evening? But hear me out, right? It's about to get extra messy here in just a second. Like I haven't started eating the burger. I'm about to start eating this burger. And so, American fiction, the whole America. I keep telling y'all, I'm not a super Bible quoter, but yeah, since it's not a pizza stream tonight, it's a burger stream. Not a super Bible quoter, but I know there's something in that book about get out of her while you still can. I can't remember the quote, the line exactly where it came from. So all I'm telling people, it's over. Get out of her while you still can. I'm not even saying physically leave, but you have to. Oh shit! I knew something was missing. Shout out to Miss Grace for bringing up the tea. Yeah, it's a wrap. The American values, the American principles, the things that the things that we once the facade that we once stood on, that kind of made that motivated you to believe in this great country, it's gone. It's a wrap. It's over. So keep telling people get free, right? I know it's super rude that I'm eating because probably somebody like to say, "Oh, eating y'all on diets and all that." Just, nigga, Hunter just gonna eat this burger right in my face. Say word, son. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I'm smelling good for y'all. I like to smell good. It makes me feel good. I recently heard something about like when you smell good, it ups your something, not self-esteem, your not motivation. I forgot the word, but anyway, telling people at this point, America's a big fucking crazy scam. I'm thinking about signing up for Bandman Kevin's scam school. Because at this point, it's a wrap, bro. It's like it makes me sad. It makes me really sad, but it makes me really sad. But see, yeah, a real burger does require. But I have burger made hands, right? I got burger hands. These are designed for 2 burgers at a time, right? It's, you know what I'm saying? Some people used to say I used to allegedly double fist tacos, but it's been burgers the whole time. All right. No, it's not. It's not the pheromones. I know about the pheromones, because once it mixes with your skin, it's something that's like a self thing. Not when you're smelling somebody else's fragrance, something it does for you. I forgot the term I want to use. Anyway, tonight we're going to talk about things that you shouldn't say. And the reason I was thinking about this, what the fuck is going on? The reason why I was thinking about this, I gotta figure out what's going on with this body. It's been acting real crazy lately. The reason why I was thinking about this is because in the sauce yesterday, I talked about people being retarded, right? And I know retarded is a word you're not supposed to be able to use anymore. I like retarded. I think it's a wonderful word. I think it's a word everyone should use every day because I'm pretty sure every day you see something that makes you think, God, that motherfucker is retarded. Right? Y'all probably say shit about me. This nigga Honcho is retarded. Right? So I'm thinking, why are we not allowed to say things? Because you can change the terminologies of things. You can change the word you use to define, well, not to define it, but to what it means, the word you use to explain something, right? Well, you could say that person's retarded. Okay, and cool. Back then, it was an acceptable word. It was viable. It was in the medical dictionary. Retarded was a thing. Still is a thing, but it was a thing. Then one day somebody got upset because I don't like the word retarded. It doesn't make me feel good. There's a definition of the word that doesn't make you feel good. It's what it means that doesn't make you feel good. It's not the word itself, right? Exactly, Dan. It's not the word itself that makes you, it's the definition. So then we changed to special needs, right? Or there's another term I can't think of right at the moment. But special needs. One, now I got to say like 2 words. I feel like there's some extra syllables in there, you know? What did I say? I said retarded. Special needs sounds really work. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of liberals are talking about, oh, you can't call, you can't call somebody homeless, right? Special teams, terrible. That for the Special Olympics. If everybody's special, are we all retarded? Like, because everybody wants to be special, right? So I don't even know. But anyway, you can't call somebody homeless, right? On a Friday. Well, it depends on where that phone call is going. You can't call somebody homeless. You have to say someone experiencing houselessness. Unhoused person, yeah. Like, unhoused is to be without the house, right? Homeless is to be less a home, right? Exactly. You can't say black smell weird, because then somebody's going to reply, well, white people smell like wet dogs. That's the usual one I hear, right? I haven't experienced, well, I guess it depends. But you can't say these things, right? But it's just a thing to. I don't mean. Does it make you feel better? Oh, talking about the curry capital. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm gonna say some off the wall. We're getting old in here, right? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't really see because I'm trying to figure out like because that's the thing I always hear. White people smell like wet dogs, right? That's the black saying, right? One, niggas don't be around white people like that much. But like, where do you experience wet white people? Niggas don't swim, so it ain't at the pool. Oh, my bad. Has the music been playing the whole time? Oh no, okay. Nobody still looks like it was on. All right. And like in the rain, you're not really smelling people. You're like running off, right? But here's my thing. So I've never had intercourse with a woman of Indian descent, but I'm quite curious to know if the coochie smells like curry, right? Like, do they? Does Indian coochie smell like curry? Does anyone know? Can anyone confirm this or not? Someone told me this. Someone said this, right? But I don't know. I'm not quite familiar. See, this thing you gotta understand about me too, because I get upset that we try to suppress everything. Because when you suppress everything, you only give it more power, right? It smells like armpits. The homeless retarded guy. I'm not even gonna go there. So, And I'm not going to get started because I know I played the video when the black stripper dude said all the light skinned women got funky coochies. So, in this minute, how do you determine the difference? Like, how do you know which type of Indian is which? Right? Football or 5 what's the motherfucking deal? Like, how do you? I don't know. I don't know who's the. I don't. So, I'm gonna be honest. This is the thing about me. I am. I wouldn't call it disrespectful. But I think most Americans are kind of like this way. I don't think I'm too far off base. Like, I don't really pay attention to like the distinct nuances of other cultures. Like, I call everybody Mexican, even though I know there's like Hondurans and Salvadorians and, all various types of Hispanic, groups, right? But I don't have time to decipher all of that. I don't have time for these questions. And I'm not that concerned about the answer, right? So, like, I don't even know on how to decipher the little various groups. So I just rather generalize all of them, just throw them in there, And then, Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking, speaking of Chris Rock. 0 for no, 1 for yes. Are you a fan of Chris Rock's stand-ups? Because I was having a conversation the other day. There is mixed opinion on Chris Rock. Right? Mixed opinion on Chris Rock. And I've come to find that a lot of black folks aren't really big fans of Chris Rock for whatever reason. Right? Love it, Miss Dita Gamma, for real. Woo! That's a tough one. That's a tough one, Beyond. I can't stand Kevin Hart. Yeah, old Chris Rock, bigger and blacker, and what's the other one he had? He had 2 of them early on. That were pretty good. I like the one he did when he finally talked about the Will Smith thing. It was relatively funny. Bring the Pain. Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Heidi. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people they don't like him. They feel like he just yells too much, so they're not fans of all his yelling. And I get it. I understand it. I can see that. That could be a thing. But I like Chris Rock. Like I said, older Chris Rock. Sitcoms are a different thing. Movies are a different thing. But yeah, I can see that. Right? No sex in the no sex in the champagne room. I can't fuck with Kevin Hart though. Like, something about Kevin Hart just rings sell out. And this is before the Cat Williams shit. Like, just I mean, I like the fact that he did try to put other comedians on with the LOL network, but I'm pretty sure, there's definitely some contracts and some terms behind that. Nobody's doing anything just to do it. Or not very many people are doing anything just to do it. But it's just he's not. It's just I don't. He's not funny to me, man. He's just. I mean, he had the one with a little joke. Everybody was like, the he wasn't ready, and that other one about, and again those because of the little memes. But he's just not a funny guy to me. It's I don't. It's Pimpin' Dan. Yeah. It just Kevin Hart's comedy don't work for me. Like, even his what is it? It's like not sitcoms. His like his movie roles. And then I can't take him serious because he tried to do like a couple little serious roles, the last little things on Netflix. Can I take him serious? You typecasted yourself as like a little weak weirdo, like a little punch. Like when your humor is all self-deprecating, it's hard for me to support it. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to really get into it. Like when he made the jokes about his girlfriend beating him up about the PlayStation and shit. weren't very humorous to me. You know? Oh my God. Speaking of breaking into homes, well, not necessarily breaking into homes, let's talk about people stealing foot pleasure. There was a guy, was it in Houston? I think it was. I think. What was that burger? Oh, it got real nasty at the end. I don't want y'all to see that. It got real nasty right there. You know, when you get to the end of the burger, you got to get. It's got to get disgusting. Guy, I want to say in Houston this happened, or maybe I'm wrong, that got arrested for, I want to say rubbing women's feet on it. Like he grabbed some woman's feet and like rubbed them on her face, or rubbed them, either licked them or he rubbed them, like something foot obscene. Burgers after dark. That might be a fucking great ass podcast. Burgers After Dark. We go find late night eateries and see who has the best burgers while we talk shit about whatever. But yeah, that's that's a fucking thing, right? It's a fucking thing to do. Fucking like, and I would think maybe you should appreciate this guy. Like, I don't know. I can't remember if he licked. I'm gonna have to look it up over what it was. I can't remember if he rubbed them on his face or if he licked her feet or something weird. I'm like, hey, you know, people pay good money for that type of stuff. You got it for free. You know, turn him in. What's wrong with you, woman? Obey your thirst. Drink water. So, we get back to things you're not supposed to say. Right? So you're not supposed to talk about people being homeless. You're not supposed to talk about racial things. They talk about you're not supposed to speak on religion and politics. Right? In public. I think I understand more so now why. Because of certain religions, certain habits, certain things that certain groups have a propensity to do to other groups throughout history. You know, they talk about the jobs tell you not to talk about money because they're paying your coworkers like a third more than they're paying you. But yeah, so it's I get why you're not supposed to. But my thing is when you ban stuff or when you prevent people from speaking on things, you make them a little retarded, right? Make them a little retarded because you're withholding information. Yeah, exactly. You know, people love to say, "Well, there's smoke, there's fire," or you know, there's reason for this or that. I'm just saying. You know. You know. You said Chris had like forward and turn lane. Yeah, I agree. You know, stereotypes exist for a reason. You know, look, I didn't say we want to go to the most dangerous places in town, Miss Bell. Look, I look the Waffle House. I love the Waffle House. Great. If you do a Burgers After Dark episode of Waffle House, you're gonna have to do it probably between like right after 1 a.m., maybe right after midnight. Because you got to get in, you got to get out before the club crowd comes in. Because the club crowd comes in, you're gonna die. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta do it before, because otherwise, shit. Y'all remember the video nigga did way back? The dude was paying for everybody's food at Waffle. Y'all remember that shit? Oh my god. The dude was paying for everybody's food at fucking Waffle House. Didn't pay for one particular couple's food. Bitch got mad about it. The dude, confronted the other dude and killing him after everything being said and done. And then the next weekend, that bitch went with a new nigga to Waffle House. Oh, word. Shut, okay. The Dan the Man origin story. I think you remember me saying that. And it's fucked up, right? Because on so many levels. Before 210. Yeah, he fucking did. That's funny. You know what? It could have been a trans case all along. We don't even know. Maybe that's why he responded so emotionally. 210, you're going to die. Right? You got to be in, you got to be out of there before 2, right? Because you're going to have a couple of people kind of leaving the club just a little bit early to kind of like beat the little crowd, to beat the traffic. So really about 1:45-ish, you want to be winding it down, paying your bill and getting up out of there. Man, have y'all seen the thing going around, right? It's a dude, older dude. He was at Whataburger, of all places. And these women, it was 2 or 3 of them, and they were clowning his outfit. Clowning his outfit. Man minding his fucking business. Minding his fucking bit. Like, that's why I believe, like, you should get, like, a few allowed slaps. So you should have, like, a slap permit. You just allowed to slap the shit out of somebody in public without catching the case. And mind his business. He had, like, a little blue and white polo shirt on. Had some blue jeans on, starch blue jeans, starch and creased, starchy Archie. And had some New Balance on that matched the shirt. Right? New Balance on that matched the shirt. And so he was like, man, when you catch the video, like, man, so I'm not fresh. He's holding his food. He's like, so I don't, I'm not fresh. Nah, you ain't fresh. You need to get this. You need to do this. I got the J's on and all. Like, and so you finally see, because they finally show, it's always easy to show one person on one side of the camera. I really would have liked to see what she was wearing at that time. But anyway, they found her page, whoever the fuck it was, one of the studs. And I came to the conclusion, I know why she was clowning. I know exactly why she was clowning him. Right? But he was dressing in his age. I'd rather see that nigga wearing that, than looking like one of these niggas with the fucking orthopedic shoes on, with a fucking rhinestone belt, with some Ethica draws on. What's up with that shit? What's up with that? Why is that a thing? What is this Ethica thing that's happening? Right? I don't understand that. But the dude was dressed appropriately. You know what I'm saying? Dressed appropriately for his age range. I could probably take some advice. But they clowning, they capping, they doing this. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so you go see the stud page or whatever. And I figured out, though, she was mad because he got the last XX polo shirt that she fucking wanted. Studs be buying all the fucking polo. You can't, man, look. If you like polo shirts, even polo style, so not even necessarily the little nigga with the horse. Fucking dykes be buying up all the goddamn polos. Buying all the boxer draws so they can put their little fake wee-wees in them. Look. Gay men make way more sense than lesbians. Right? Just the whole procedure. Just the whole crew. Right? Because to me, if you out there dyking, and you got to get your dick out the dishwasher before you fuck a bitch. Are you talking like a dyke is not that far from basically becoming a trans man? No, but Atlanta's just a hole for heathens, right? Like, but I figured it out. I have a thought on Atlanta. I'm gonna come back to that because it was something I was thinking about the other day. Why is Atlanta so gay, right? But they make way more sense, right? Until you start, like I say, doing all the weird dressings, until you become a part of the Biden administration, you start doing shit in offices you're not supposed to. But these motherfuckers here, like, right? Like, right. A lesbian to tell you how to be a real man. So yeah, a real man. And it's like, bitch, you ain't got a real dick. How the fuck you a real man? Lesbian bitches fight they bitches more than anybody. Like they want to be a man with caveats. You know what I mean? That's what they want to do. They want to be a man with fucking exclusions. So that's what I say. Like that, if you dyking with the dildo, if you go into the fucking club with a fucking strap on, like, what do you not think that this is? What do you not think that this is not crazy? Like, what do you not think that you've gone off the deep end? Like, how does that even work? That has to be uncomfortable. You go into the club, wearing a strap on, sagging your pants, took the last 2X polo shirt, wearing little boy shoes. You buying in the little boy section for your shoes and shit. And then you become a female when it's convenient because you want to pump all that shit. You bump all that shit, and then when a motherfucker, half time you don't even know it's a little bitch. It'll be a little nigga bitch. Till she open her mouth and she talking all that shit, and then when she step in the man's place and you damn near about to treat her like, I'm a female. I'm gonna be honest. So I've talked to lesbians, right? Oh my god. Oh, I've talked to lesbians. I've had conversations with lesbians, right? And I still haven't quite figured it out. I've actually talked to a variety of different ones. None of them make sense, right? I know a so-called lesbian. Every few years or so, when we do have a conversation, she got a new damn kid, and she didn't get it artificially inseminated. So I'm like, how you? She get pissed off because I told her to be a lesbian, you can't have no dick in the last 5 years. And look, you got two little new kids, so I don't think that's I don't think that's how it works. You know, uh, but I've had a conversation and I've tried to understand. And apparently there's different lesbian variations, right? Um, I think the studs do get treated like niggas halfway because half of them I don't think they get anything out of it, right? Like I think they do the thing. Oh, two not. Oh shit. Oh, oh shit. In that case, who's more manly, the sissy or the stud? That's an interesting thing. But so it's like I've had these conversations. I've tried to understand. I've had it explained to me, and they say it in a manner and it's so matter of factly that it makes sense to them. But it just doesn't. It doesn't. So it's like you doing all this fakery and you don't like getting nothing out of it. Apparently, the studs are just pleased. Basically, a lot of these studs are just tricks. Right? A lot of these studs are really fucking just female tricks. That's what they do. That's what they talk about. I'm a gentleman and I'm a open the doors. They do all the simp shit. Right? They eat the coochie, they do all stuff, they don't get nothing out of it. They just want to be around, I guess, an attractive woman and then whatever. But they are. I mean, come on, bro. Most of these fucking studs, they're simp. That's what I'm saying. I'll show you how to be a real man. They do the overly gentlemanly shit, right? And then the same thing, the same thing that happens to niggas who simp happens to the fucking studs who be simping. Same shit. Same shit. Stud ever tells you, I fuck more bitches than you. No, you can't. It's physically impossible. You could never fuck more bitches than me. I don't have to fuck one bitch. And you could never fuck more bitches than me. It's genetically impossible, right? It just, you don't have the tools, you don't have the equipment. You need all the carpet you want to, right? You can eat all the carpet you want to, right? Shag carpet, if that's your thing. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but you can never fuck more bitches than me because you don't have the tools. You can foreplay the fuck out of a bitch with your non-washed dildo. You know what I'm saying? You can foreplay the fuck out of a broad with that shit, but you can't fuck more bitches than me. It's impossible. Like how? You know, finger bang them? Like what are you gonna do? Anyway, but yeah, that's what happens. Most of these studs are basically fucking female simps. They're female tricks. If they were females, they'd probably be the ones that tell stories like Risa Tisa. Why did this happen to me? Because you let it happen. You let it happen. M5 was the motherfucking deal. Yeah, and so it's I know my logic be thrown off, but it makes sense to me. Right? I'm telling you, this is what's happening. So there's that. Atlanta. How did Atlanta get so gay? Right? And this is why like all the black issues have gotten intertwined. Like we need to cut off anybody from Atlanta from being able to speak on black issues. Period. Right? I keep okay, I got the tools and I walk around with the tools in hand. But anybody from Atlanta is a double agent, right? Because that's how the LGBT agenda has gotten so intertwined with the black agenda. And this is why we are where we are now. So, I was going to say something. I'll say that for the Discord. So, like to me, Atlanta people should not be allowed to have an opinion on anything outside of Atlanta, right? Y'all can have all that. Like, I don't understand how it's so gangster and so gay at the same time. Like, like Atlanta has crossed and blurred all the fucking lines. Like all of the fucking lines. Sodom and Gomorrah, right? You're right. Sodom and Gomorrah. There's no way. Every nigga out of Atlanta is a fucking scammer. You know what I'm saying? He used to text and talk, what's the motherfucking deal? Like it's such a I've never ever in my life ever wanted to go to Atlanta. Like there's nothing appealing about it to me at all. Like nothing at all. Like what is the it's a lot of black people. What is the benefit of being around a bunch of niggas? Nothing. Keith Lee went to Atlanta. What he told y'all? He's like, man, these motherfuckers overcharging y'all. The food ain't good. And this is why you can do this shit to niggas, right? This is why you can do this shit. There was a thing a while back, and I forgot exactly where it came from. I was watching it on YouTube, and they were talking about this was a video released back in the day. It was a black and white thing. And they were talking about the Negro, right? They say the Negro and why it's so easy to get over on black people, right? Because black folks don't know quality. They don't know quality at all, right? They know name brands. That's it. Remember when Kanye said a few years ago, if they don't have a land, they'll take a brand, right? You say Spirit don't even fly to I would think Spirit would be the number one place. Like I feel like everybody who's ever been on a Spirit flight, is from Atlanta or somewhere in that region. Probably stayed in Atlanta at some point in time. He ain't the whole damn day, the whole damn state. Bro, like, I've never in my life had an urge to want to go to Atlanta. It's the black Mecca. I don't want to go. I'd rather go to the fucking real Mecca than go to the fucking black Mecca. Like, and I feel sad because, they got some good rappers that came out of Atlanta. We were talking about some of this last night. We had a great discussion in the Discord last night. Shout out to Trio. Titty and TD. We had a good discussion last night. But to me, it's not like I'm gonna tell you how all the niggas got gay. I'm gonna tell you how all the niggas in Atlanta got gay, right? Because you got this plethora of women, and they all look like drag queens. Like let's be honest. I posted the picture in the thing about the chick with all the makeup and all that. And this is why I say I don't really fuck with no broad that wear a bunch of makeup and shit. But what happened is they got conflicted. They got confused, right? Went to the club. They thought they pulled a bitch. They got home and they got too deep before it was too late to realize what you just did. Well, now I've crossed the line. Now I'm stuck. Then they just accepted it, right? There's so many black drag queenish looking women out there combined with the actual whatever you call them. They got baited and switched or whatever you want to call it. Now, hey, That's it. There's no Hawks in Atlanta? Man, that's crazy. I never think about that. They're not regional to the Atlanta area. I'll tell you what it was. You know what it was is when they what was that shit when the cool breeze used to come with like a strong cool cold front or something like was it cold front or whatever they used to call it the Hawk, right? Exactly. You don't know where that fucking hair weave came from. You don't know if it came from a tranny or if it came from a woman. You have no idea, right? You have no idea. Don't touch that. Don't touch that hair weave. Don't touch those tumbleweaves. Those tumbleweaves could be infested, right? With all forms of various diseases. Yeah, I really want to know where the 20 came from, where the 19 came from. It came from Atlanta, right? That's what happened. But the Hawk to win in Chicago. Okay, it's a Chicago thing. Chi-town. But again, like I say, the whole political agenda between, like I said, I'm not the Alphabet Club. Hey, y'all got whatever issues you got. Everybody has or wants some representation. I don't want no fucking representation. I'm telling y'all, like I've signed out. Right? I've opted out. I've opted out of America. Right? I'm just hanging around until it all goes down. Right? And if I can still escape right before then, cool. But if not, I'll stick around and see what happens. You know. But I'm opting out, man. I saw this thing, and I don't know if y'all realize it, but this is what they're going to try to bring to America. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just loitering. That's all I'm doing. Just loitering around. Um, y'all, you know what? I've never been to a Costco. I've never been inside a Costco. Sam's plenty of time, but Costco, never. Um, oh yeah, I'm just loitering around at this point. So I know that most of you are familiar with a social credit score, right? Y'all know what that is? German or Lithuanian, pretty sure. I might be. Yeah, they got Hawks in there. The Atlanta Hawks and Atlanta Falcons. Like, what's up with all these birds, right? Well, I'm trying to go international. I'm gonna just be a traveler of the world. I'll be a world citizen. But y'all know what the social credit score thing is, right? That they got going in China because it's crazy. It's super crazy. Like I don't know if y'all understand like how serious this thing is. Because this is ultimately what they're trying to do and bring to America. I don't think people realize it. Uh, but the guy currently, or one of the versions of the guy currently sitting in office, there's some crazy shit I can show. Man, yeah, it's a real. Oh! You seen the one where they liked everything? I watched that one again the other day. I went back and started watching Black Mirror again. Let me tell y'all something about Black Mirror too. Black Mirror is not a TV show. Black Mirror is a warning. Black Mirror is a warning, right? Because there's been several things that I've seen on Black Mirror that are coming to fruition. Yeah, they that's part of the rules. They have to tell you before they do it. That's the rules. All I'm gonna say is readers are leaders. I've gotten back into reading a bit more, but I'm reading different things. I'm not gonna tell y'all what I'm reading, and it's not the erotic fiction. I still have yet to do that. But they will tell you. That's part of the playbook. There's signs before it happens. They tell you before it happens. The warnings are all, excuse me, they're always there. How the fuck you think the Simpsons know every goddamn thing? But all jokes aside, uh, what's happened with the social credit scores? Basically, if you are, so like, let's just take me for instance. We had a social credit score in America. I would be in the negative for the things I say, the way I carry myself, the things I do, because I'm not being PC. not outwardly supporting the government, speaking negatively of the government, or you know, politicians and shit, right? Knowing that they're the biggest fucking scumbags in the world. Like, of course, they would make laws to protect themselves to justify their bullshit. But the social credit score. So I saw this thing, right? Because also, which y'all see everywhere, well, y'all might not even see it. Like, y'all might not see it yet. Your face is already in somebody's database, right? And we all know I'm a 4.9 dasher. But your face is already in somebody's database, right? And what you have to do is deal with it. I would say maybe learn to be. I don't know. I think black women are safe because they wear the most makeup and the most weaves and shit. So it's probably hard to fucking register their shit. They're probably winning, right? That's probably like the only reason they winning. It's like, God damn it, we don't know who the fuck she is. She looks different every goddamn day. She wears a different wig every fucking day. But your face, your likeness is already in somebody's database, right? If you go, if you've been to any football stadium, if you've been to any like major event like that, um, they will document it, right? It's been people who have been blamed for crimes committed by other people because, oh, your face matches this thing. Turns out it wasn't them. But that's what they do. So this social credit score thing is so like I saw a video. They have cameras at the crosswalk. A guy jaywalked. Jaywalked. So put this in mind too with the digital currency that they're trying to come up with here. So basically, your face is tied to it. The guy jaywalked automatically has had his fine deducted from his digital account. Right? Ah, you know what? That's actually a great idea. Automatically has it deducted for account before he can finish jaywalking. His face is on the camera. They just showed his face. Your neighbors can rate you socially. Right? So you have to be a fucking fake ass dickhead to these people. Yeah, I saw that. They were saying, what was his name? Satoshi? Not Satoshi. Was it Satoshi? He was actually a drug lord, right? And just basically had his name changed, but created the crypto. Yep. Shout out to Houston. Okay, I see you, Houston, Texas. Talk. I see you. Okay. I already know. But yeah, like it's time. That's why I say I've opted out. And when I keep saying that you guys got to get free, without saying so much, is that you have to pay attention to what's going on and understand that you volunteered to be a part of this. This is not mandatory. You believe it's mandatory because everybody else is doing it. You believe you have to do it because everyone else is doing it and that's all they know because nobody else is showing you that there are alternative options. No one else is telling you, oh, that's dope. That's the shit. I ain't mad at you. I need to look. I'm trying to get like you. Like, but trust me, the plan is in effect. So, I just recently learned something, and again, just giving you guys little bits of stuff. I didn't know, and maybe you guys did, right? Maybe you guys did. This is new to me. This is new to me. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna put my little electric tea kettle on so I can make me some tea here. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Tell me if you knew this or not. 0 for no, 1 for yes. Did you know that you have 4 different birth certificates? Oh yeah. Should I? Yeah, it ain't gonna take me 4. By the end of this year, the plan should be fully executed. But there are a few little hindrances. But you have 4 different birth certificates. Think about that and give me just a moment. right, sorry about that. Had to get that started. I got the candle lit here. All right. Shout out to Patricia K. Yeah, you didn't know that. I didn't know that either. Right? So there's one basically on each level of government. And that's all I'm going to say about that. There's one on each level of government. Investigate it. You can get them. Understand what the FOIA is. You can get those. You can get all your information. Anyway. So, things that you cannot say. Things that you cannot do. Why they tell you not to talk about these things is because they don't want the secrets leaked. And when I talk about things you can't say, I'm going to bring it back to TikTok. I'm going to bring it back to these guys wanting to be able to ban and prevent you from having access to information that can change you, right? That shows you that what you've been told mostly is fraudulent. It tells you the way you've been living. Like I tell you, you don't have to live the way you should. We volunteered. You said you're not allowed to say that most people haven't come. Yeah, I'm trying to tell I was anti-TikTok for real until I realized that there was a side of TikTok with a lot of very, very valuable information. And I would always wonder, well then, why is all of this information is permeating? It's all over TikTok, right? Not all is accurate. You got to do your own research. That's why I say readers are leaders. But you don't see this stuff on Instagram. You don't see it on Facebook. You can probably find it maybe on Twitter. Twitter's usually a little bit more open. It's just a little bit harder to do it. Shout out to Chill Out. Shout out to Chill Out. You already know. There's rules for thee, and then there's rules for me. Right? Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you got to get out of it. I can't help it. Right? I go scrolling through the time. I don't even trying to look at it. Next thing you know, bam, ass cheeks. God damn it. They got me. Right? So I'll be trying to cover my eye like this. Just scrolling through till I hear something that sounds suitable, credible. But that's what I say, man. Like you gotta figure it out. You don't have to play by the rules that you're playing by now. You just have to learn the rules that you're allowed to play by. Right? The hardest thing about that, though, the hardest thing about it all is changing your mentality. Because the rules we live by now, they keep you suppressed. They keep you believing in something that doesn't necessarily benefit you. Right? I'll leave it at that because there's a lot more I want to speak on. But again, it's not for everybody, right? It's not for everybody's understanding or comprehension. You just got to figure it out for yourself. You just got to understand. Like when I say that, especially being in America and the way that this country was designed and the things that have happened in this country historically, most of us have no idea. No idea. And I didn't really until recently. Like I had an idea, but then I was always skeptical, like, the mindset, because you're here and you're like, this is the way we're supposed to be. This is the way it is. No. And I think the thing that put me over the top, honestly, the thing that pushed me over the top, really, man, look, and I say be cautious, and there's a reason why I won't say too much, because People don't relinquish power easily, right? And when you're on the pursuit of personal power, I don't want to have control over anybody else. I don't want to be your manager. I don't want to be no boss. I don't want to tell nobody else what to do. I just want complete autonomy over myself. That's all I seek, right? That's all I pursue. That's all I'm after. But what really changed my mind, what really just started making me think differently about all this shit, is what's been happening the past, well, really under the Biden regime, right? And really these last few months, how it's been ramped up. Damn, I put a clip in the Discord of Kamala laughing at the border. When we did it, Joe, we did it. While you have the people who are coming in there tearing up. And again, this is not what we got to get out of our heads too. Is when we say immigrants or illegal aliens, all this. Stop thinking people of Hispanic descent, right? Stop thinking people of Hispanic descent, because a lot of these people that are coming in now, they're not of Hispanic descent. They're not anybody. Really? They're not of Hispanic descent. They're of all nationalities, of all backgrounds. But when I start seeing, oh, we're going to give them $10,000, yeah. Man, like, have y'all, there's a thing. There's a thing out there. Because you can check birth records and death records. Go do that. Go do that. Go check the birth and death dates of some notable people, some of the most notable people in our country, and see what they say. Right? Because certain records in certain places say that certain people that y'all see every day, the faces of people that you see are no longer with us. Right? This ain't conspiracy theory weirdo shit. This ain't like I wasn't into the whole it's clones and all like all the lizard people. Like, man, look. At this point, anything is possible. We live in a world where almost anything is possible. The great deception is here. But again, so when you think about this and you think about the way these people are getting all these benefits that are not provided to you as an American, right? What is the benefit of being an American? Like, what is the benefit of being an American right now? Like, what advantage do you have over any of these other countries? When people just come walk in the back door, want some backyard. They're walking all in your backyard, whether you want them to or not. And they're given more privileges than you, right? Yeah, the American passport's a motherfucker. But shit, all other countries leaving and coming here. But I guess maybe, because here's the thing, if you're doing well in your country, you're not leaving, right? If you're doing well in your country, you're not leaving. But if you're like saying, hey, you can go to America, they're going to give you $10,000, they're going to pay your rent. They're now saying, I saw Chris Grace post, now they're talking about, oh, they should carry, they can carry firearms, right? The people who are anti-firearm, the people who are anti-guns are saying that immigrants should be allowed to carry guns. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. We got to, yeah, again. Yeah. That's the thing, man. Exactly. They're not testing for, remember what happened to the 19? What happened to the 19? Right? Weren't we concerned about the 19 and needing 32 boosters and all this stuff? Do you think that the people who are coming in are getting boosted? Are they getting? Are they getting tested? Are they getting? No, measles came back, right? Or it's making its way back. Measles, which has been basically not a thing since I don't know when. Ain't nothing connected. That's what some of this about. I gotta figure out because none of this shit is acting right. Yeah, which has basically not been a thing since forever. Has made a return. Give me just a moment. I'm trying to figure out why this is doing that. Like I said, you bring back diseases, you're bringing back, you're minimizing resources. Just people who were here already, you're kicking them aside for the new people, right? Let me tell you, let me tell you, that was the biggest thing about the 19. It made this country sick, sicker than it already was. Now, I didn't participate in the you can't go outside, you can't go nowhere because I'm not a watcher of television like that. There we go, it's a bit better. But yeah, so I know there was a lot of people who did, who they quarantined, people didn't leave their house for months. Um, and it made a lot of people retarded, mentally ill, or whatever you want to call it. Um, Isolation is not good for some people, right? And so people left to their own devices. You're sitting in your house. You're already like, say, imagine you're a person who's already kind of doesn't have a personality, right? And so you're already kind of just susceptible to whatever influence. And you're sitting at home alone by yourself for the most part. You don't have no company. You're on the interwebs, and depending on the direction you decide to go, especially if you're one of those types, you're going to go in a direction that's not beneficial to your mind, right? You're going to go in a place that is not. Oh, you want to talk about partying in Dubai? Let me show y'all a little video. I think it's on my phone. I don't think I saved it. But it's a situation where. Oh yeah, I forgot I did start about 15 minutes late. Okay, cool. Shit. Oh, man. It was just like, man, exactly like, bro. I don't think y'all understand how antiquated the American system is, right? And it's this way for a reason. But anyway, like I said, if you're going to give all the resources, excuse me, to people who are just flooding through the border, if you're allowing these politicians to steal and manipulate and do all, look, what's his name? What's Nasty Nathan? What was his name? I'm trying to get on his type of time, right? Well, I need to. I need to look. I need to find me a politician. Right? Who running? What never mind. I was gonna say what's her name? I don't know if she lost. She was Bill. Yeah, all right. Well, good night, Miss Bill. Sweet dreams of lavender and poinsettias. I don't even know what a fucking poinsettia looks like. But yeah, man, like it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. But I'm not mad at the scammers. They probably were the smartest motherfuckers in this whole thing. Why not take advantage of it? Let's take the money before they give it away to all of the illegals, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, at this point, why not play the fucking game? Like, you're either gonna play or you're gonna get stepped on. Like, give me a second. I know my tea's been ready. Let me go grab that real quick. Like at this point, if you're not playing the system, you're getting played by the system, right? Because you're paying into it. If you're young, especially, and you're paying into Social Security, right? And again, y'all need to know how many things in this life are voluntary and how many things are mandatory. Just because somebody told you you had to because they didn't know that they didn't have to doesn't mean that you have to. Because it ain't gonna be no Social Security is the biggest fucking scam of all time. No, you don't. They literally the money that they're taking out of the check is what they're using to pay motherfuckers now. It's not like the money like they told you was gonna be put up, it's gonna be an account, and we're gonna save it and we're gonna do all There's no fucking social security. The social security is not secure. It's social. We're gonna take everybody money, but it ain't secure. They're using all the fucking money. They're not. It's not, and it's not put away. It's not a special account for you that's being set aside. So whenever, no, it's not. Literally, the social security that's being paid now is coming from the money out of the fucking checks of people now. Exactly. They're like, come on, just look around. Like that's why I take hiatuses sometimes from the internet or from certain parts of the internet, but usually as a whole. I take time to kind of just step back and look at what's really going on. Because you can get too caught up into things and your mind will kind of stay on that path. And sometimes you need a little bit of a shock to awaken you, be like, hold on, wait. That don't make sense. This don't make sense. And then you have to do research. You have to ask good questions. But the thing about asking questions, a lot of people ask questions they don't really want to know the answers to. But you have to ask questions and then seek out the answers because nobody's going to give it to you. But they're there. They're all there. All right, give me a second. Let me get this goddamn tea. Tea? Is it code for something? Good night, Miss Grace. um, but yeah, man, and you know what? Some things you got to look at like it's a blessing and a curse. Kind of upset, right? Um, so, so we probably rock till got started a little bit late. Something started about 10, 15. We'll do about an hour and a half. Okay. Um, so is- I'm not even looking at the clock right. I can fucking see. So I got about a little less than 15 more minutes or so. So I'm kind of upset, right? And I ain't even opened the line. I'm upset because my fucking TV went out in my bedroom. But it's actually a gift and a curse because I've been wasting too much time watching nonsense. Like, so I have like all these internal conflicts, and I've mentioned this before. I have odd internal conflicts. One of them being that right. So like I talk about the sports channel, but I'll be beefing with sports, right? Because sports ultimately are a distraction. But I can't opt all the way out yet. Much smoke coming off that tea bag. Um, and so I catch myself like if I watch or watching television, like I don't get into it too much or watching shows that are not like informative or not um educational or not beneficial in some form. The crazy gang time in the city does feel like more shit is reported. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was a time, and again, the media it does this deliberately to make people like this. And I'm not saying that things aren't a little crazy. It's there's some shit shaking out. There's some there's some wars going on in the street, but Ain't none of my business. I'm not a part of that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's unfortunate. There's some shit shaking out there, but that type of shit, one, doesn't necessarily get reported, but two, there was a point in time, I want to say in the early 90s, maybe late 80s, when Houston was dropping about 1,000 bodies a year, right? And that sounds extreme. 1,000 bodies in this day and age, you know, you hear 300 or 400 at some of the you hear like 300 or 400 here and there, in certain cities. 1,000 bodies. They're telling you shit's getting worse. I want to say maybe it was a few hundred last year. I can't remember, maybe four, something close to 400. I know right around the pandemic there was a rise in things, but there was a time in the early 90s, I would say, like it was people were they were bodies were dropping, bodies in the streets. Um, but now it's not quite like that, especially with all the technology and everything that you have. I mean, want to I really be want to let y'all into the mind of Honcho, right? But I already know the tube is already looking at me a certain way. But if y'all really knew the type of time I'm on, like just the concerns, I would say, like if you really knew how fragile this whole thing is, just how dangerous the way that you operate on a daily basis is. Like each of us. 'Cause I'll be slipping sometimes. I don't there's times when, I'm on da 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 da, and then you slip and you're like, damn, oh, that could have been a problem. That could have been an issue. And it only takes that one time for it to happen. So again, or maybe who knows though? Maybe the bodies are still dropping. Maybe people are just hiding them better, right? Maybe because it's not a murder without a body. So there's that. But yeah, if you just knew, like I think people as a whole are way more fucked, and it's the youth of. If y'all knew how fucked up these kids are, if y'all knew how fucked up, and this ain't just started, this has been like the last few, ever since I would say from remote learning, that whole little phase amplified, like they were already fucked off because you gave them phones and you gave them phones unsupervised and you allow them to have phones unsupervised. And instead of doing something about it, you just, I don't know what I can do. Because one, you gave them a device that you're not even familiar with how to fully operate. You're already not a tech savvy person. And then you give it to a child full of curiosity. You give them access to everything in the fucking world. I don't know if y'all saw that shit. I don't know if it was in Chicago or was it? It was in Chicago or Houston. I can't remember. I usually try to watch just the Houston news, but sometimes other things come up on the feed. Um, and that's where it starts. Now, if y'all, man, look, and I can get on the single mom thing, and I can tell you what they kids see these mothers doing because they don't give a fuck. They do it all out in the open because it ain't that big. Women think everything's not that big of a deal. They have no shame. They do a lot of stupid shit and fucking a lot of stupid shit in front of their kids. And they're like, oh, they just kids. They don't know. These aren't the kids that we were because information was restrained from us, detained from us. You had to find some. Either you got some information from another kid who ain't know what the fuck they were talking about, or you eventually found out the hard way. You know. But now, like I said, it's an epidemic of fucked up shit going on. But then when you tell a parent about it, like say if you, your kid, they get mad at you for talking about their fucking kids. They get mad at you. They'll get mad at you for pointing out, hey, your kid fucking up. You might want to look into that. Or, well, what can I do? I don't know. Take control and be a fucking parent, piece of shit. That's what the fuck you need to do. I can't. Like, these motherfuckers don't take shit serious. And they look for everybody else to blame instead of taking fucking accountability. Um, Bro, like y'all just have no fucking idea. But these kids have access to shit that you can't imagine. You don't want to imagine. They're doing things you can't imagine. But now I saw it's a little gang. They call them the Little Rascals, right? The Little Rascals. It was like three kids. I want to say like might have been an 11-year-old and two 13-year-olds or something like that. And these motherfuckers been robbing banks. Been robbing banks. Don't know what the fuck to do with the money. Why are they robbing banks? So they can look like every other stupid nigga in the hood. I'm like, bro, just got caught up. The decency of it is, I want to say two of the kids, their parents saw them on the news and actually turned them in. Right? Somewhat decent. But I'm pretty sure they probably like, we're gonna keep the little money they got and turn them in. They just gonna do some juvie. We don't want it to come back. I wouldn't be surprised if the parents taught them how to do the fucking shit. At this point, like it that's why I say, man. But the shit is all. I mean, it's all on the fucking thing. Like all I can say is this: if you ask the right questions and you're determined to find the answer, it's there. Anything you want to know, it's there. We're living in a time of people who are more self centered, yet more ignorant, lack comprehension. That and it's sad because when I talk about asking questions and why it's so important to ask questions, but then seek the information, is people are asking questions, but then seeking the wrong information is taking them down the wrong path. Right? I think I'm gonna do a stream. I'm gonna do a stream. It's gonna be called the Miseducation of Ed Honcho. And I'm thinking about the miseducation of Lauren Hill. But I'm serious. Like in this day and age, especially too, a lot of us, especially if you're a little bit older, in your 30s. I'm damn near my. Ugh, think about that. I'm gonna identify as a 30-year-old for the rest of my life. I'm since we're identifying and shit. But like in this day and age, like you have to re-educate yourself. You know, people like, oh, I'm older. It's always been this way. It's all. Well, enjoy the rest of your life with a new mindset as best you can. Right. At least enjoy what years you have left, whether it be 50 of them or fucking five of them. Yeah. Really, really. I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest. I spilled my tea on my fucking Texans mouse pad. I got beef with school taxes, right? For two reasons. One, school ain't ever teach me shit. And I'm not joking. Like, I really thought about it, really, really thought about it. There's nothing that I really learned from school, right? There's a couple of things I may have memorized for the time being, but anything that I use in my day to day life, reading, basic math, all that stuff, I fucking I taught myself honestly. Like, and people, well, I mean, no, there's I trust myself more than anything else, right? When I say that I'm a very, I won't say self-dependent, whatever, but autodidactic, if you will. Right? I'd rather learn things myself. I'd rather teach myself. I believe what I learn. It's easier for me that way than than coming from somebody else. But all the shit that I'm really using that really matter, the shit I learned of myself. Um, right, exactly. Especially if you're in HISD, you're paying for fucking basically prisons now since the state that took over the fucking thing. They heard they took the libraries out and put jails in the fucking schools. Right. Um, yeah, and that was the purpose of social media. Even though it went way left, it gave whores a fucking platform. And I appreciate the hoes from time to time. Yeah, because I didn't want to talk to you, Trill. I was afraid you was gonna call in, and I didn't want to talk to you. What did we talk about yesterday? What was yesterday's deal? I can't even remember. Um, yeah, I did. I did. I have to get back to being able to talk for the dens, right? Because we have dens where nobody calls in, so I need to make sure I have to be mentally prepared to. Oh, I didn't. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't bash tonight. I bashed a little bit yesterday, slight bashing, but yeah. When that's when I used to use Facebook for when it was for college. I remember I got off for a while, and then I didn't hear about it again. So people, oh, Facebook, this shit's so. I'm like, oh, they let the idiots on Facebook. They let the dummies on Facebook. Oh no! And as soon as you let everybody have access to something, it gets ruined. I'm a firm believer in exclusivity. Like, I don't want to be embraced by everybody. I shouldn't be. No one should be. You know what I mean? Like, y'all know I say all the time, everything ain't for everybody. I don't want to be liked by everybody. I need a little bit of hating going on for motivation. I need a little bit of disliking. I need a little bit of disdain. I need some negativity, right? When everything's all positive and everything's all peachy cream, you get soft, you get weak, you get complacent, you get slept. But yeah, if you don't have kids in this motherfucker, if you don't have kids in school, I don't think if you have kids especially, you shouldn't be fucking paying school taxes. Like why? Like there should be designated non-school tax areas, right? Like non-school tax areas. And it's there should be. I'm telling you, this is what I want to build. I want to have a fucking kid-free community, right? Like no kid ain't gonna be no fucking park in the fucking neighborhood. Maybe like a little outside outdoor workout area or something. No motherfucker. If you are under 8, you can't be in the fucking neighborhood. Period. Oh, you can't come visit. You can't fucking look. You get fucking pregnant, you got to get out. Sorry, you got to sell the house. That's just how it's going. Like, bro. And then in this community, we'll have restaurants and things. We ain't got to worry about your fucking loud crying ass baby on the fucking. I'm trying to enjoy my. I ain't got to sit down and then your fucking little badass kid because you don't want to tell that little bastard to sit the fuck down. He's over the fucking booth. What are you eating, mister? And shut the fuck up, little bastard. I wish you had kid-free airports. The show with the women in red capes. I'm not sure. I haven't seen. Is that the was it that Handmaid's one? Is that the Handmaid's thing? Because I heard a lot about that Handmaid's Tale. I never watched it, but I heard a lot about it. Is that one? But yeah, like I should be able to opt out of these things, and you can, and you can, right? You figure out what I'm talking about. Um, I'm getting ready to wind it down here in just a second, but I realized something the other day. The other day, I might. I've been accused of of attempting to start a cult multiple times. When I talked about the farm, the ranch, like I would like to have a ranch, be completely self sustaining. Um, I realized something, especially I've been on since I've been on this new little wave, this new little journey of things that I've been on. Pops used to tell me a lot of shit, and I did not understand it. And I used to just thinking he was fucking just saying shit, right? I just thought he was just saying shit like in his own little trying to be cool way. But now that I've reflected on some things, right? Because he was never a person that'll just outright say it, and I understand why. I get it. I completely understand it. Doesn't necessarily change how our relationship or anything, but um, I get it now. I completely understand why he didn't say certain things just outright. Because you have to lay a foundation. You have to do your own due diligence so you can have an understanding of things. Because a lot of people like to get information from other people and then kind of relay that information without really doing any research on their own and then get into a situation where something goes awry. They don't know how to get out of it or they put themselves in a corner. and they get caught up. But he would say certain things in a certain way, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool, it just sounds good and kind of makes sense. But now, it comes together, right? Took fucking forever. Took fucking forever, but I get it. I understand it. All right. So all I tell folks is without saying too much. We've talked about a couple little things. Kind of, I've gone a little bit far left or maybe far right or whatever direction you want to assume it is. Uh, yeah. you know, and it's just it's a few things on here. But like I say, as you learn, as you grow, things will change. And I'm a firm believer that this year there are going to be some major changes going on. And so that's why I'm very adamant about my study, about my mentality, about what I am embracing, about the things I'm taking in now. There are some things I want to do this year that I've never done. And so what do they say? Whenever you want to get what you've never gotten, you're going to do what you've never done. Right. So, anywho, with that being said, we'll get ready to wind it down. I know I started off at a weird ass hour. 7 in a row. Well, what do you know? Can they beat the Lake Show? Freestyle King. But no, DeMarcus is a terrible person. Oh, number 10 from Jack in the Box ass nigga. But I thank y'all, man. Because I know I can rant, I can rave, I can ramble. I can be here, I can be there. Sometimes I'm all over the place. Excuse me. But the fact that y'all still fuck with it, and the fact that y'all be rocking with the den, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I thank y'all for letting me letting me be a part of your life this evening. Right. Because I want you people to really understand. I don't think people really truly understand how important and how valuable life is. Right. I don't know where we go when we leave here. I don't know if it's the afterlife, if it's the next plane, if it's your soul escapes and goes into another dimension, if you just get resurrected back here on earth, or you get reincarnated back here on earth. People have many different beliefs. Whatever belief you hold, it's valuable. And I thank you for letting me be a part of it. Again, as always, make sure you're following on all the proper social medias. Shout out to Pisces Moon. I appreciate the support. I saw it after the stream yesterday. Thank you so much. DenShow.com. Tell a friend. Tell your cool friends. Don't tell your corny friends about the Den. They ain't gonna fuck with. Tell your cool friends about the Den. Den Show shop by Sunday. I should have some new merch in the Den Show shop. Ed Huncho HTX. I need to update this too. I got a list of shit I need to do. Ed Huncho HTX, Instagram and Twitter if you want to follow my personal off the wall musings. But Den Show Live, all one word, on Instagram and X, Facebook as well. If you want to follow the Den Show, just in case you don't get the notifications, Whataburger cannot sponsor me now, right? And Whataburger definitely ain't gonna sponsor me after I talked down. You definitely weren't here for the beginning of the damn stream. I was eating Dairy Queen and talking shit about Whataburger. So that's definitely not a way to get sponsored by somebody. If you want to support the channel, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all Huncho ENT. It may come up as Huncho Enterprises. Again, because that's the name of the LLC. Anywho, with that being said, again, it's been my honor. It has been my privilege, but it's truly been my pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys this evening. I hope that wherever you are, you're taking care of yourself. I hope that wherever you are doing well and that life is providing you all of the blessings that you deserve. We'll be back tomorrow. Debating a talking dirty after dark. It's been a while. I don't think it's time yet. I think we gotta get the numbers back right before we come back with the talking dirty after darks and the Sunday night confessions. Once the den gets back to a solid evening number, and that's on me being consistent. I know that, so I'm not blaming. We'll see if you motherfucker if you show up. Correct. If I show up, I know. But once we start getting back to a consistent number, we'll bring back the Sunday night confessions and the talking dirty after dark. So I know a couple people have referenced that. But until then, make sure you catch us in the Discord for the after. Let me put the link in the Discord. Um, if you're a sauce washer, probably be an early sauce tomorrow. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh man, I saw that shit with Glorilla. And niggas will encourage anything, right? So apparently, this is what they do because this is what they think of niggas: is they invite one black female rappers to the White House now. That Glorilla chick, Kamala invited her, and they were asked, "Well, did they ask you to, endorse the campaign or do this, and this?" And it's super funny because she's like, "Man, ain't none of that got nothing to do with me." So I halfway gave her credit for that. Then they asked her something else, and she's like, "Well, at the end of the day got to end." At the end of the day has to end. How do you feel about that? I mean, the Bow Wows. Have you seen? It's like a little 6, 7, 8 year old rapper. What they talking about now? They talking about they fucking bitches and they do. Dog, I hate motherfuckers. I hate motherfuckers. I hate them. Like the they got like a little 7 year old rapper. He's super popular. And this nigga talking about shooting guns and fucking hoes and shit. Nigga, you shoot duck water, nigga. Like, what are you talking about? But this shit cool. Yeah, suck my dick and do that. Like, god damn. And there's niggas who be interviewing this nigga bring like niggas is lame, bro. Like people say whatever, you can call me coon, you can call me whatever the fuck you want to. Niggas be super lame. Archangel, what's the motherfucking deal? How you doing this evening, sir? But like I said, Discord, we've been in Discord chopping up for a little bit. I might be on the putt for a minute or two. I thank all of you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Again, take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Same den time, same den channel. I don't know. Maybe early. Maybe early. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But until then, good night to you all. Take care of yourselves. And you ain't got to go home. But you got to get the fuck up out of here. Go to goddamn Discord. I'll be there. Don't meet me there, beat me there. I ain't even in there. I'm trying to give y'all a chance this time. I'm out.